Hello everyone, it's Alex here, and I'm just making a little video for you so that when we're working together, you don't need to watch me drawing. You can see it all in advance and hopefully find it helpful. So just as we did last week, I'm going to encourage you to do a warm-up drawing focusing on these things, all right? Warm-up drawings, you've got to connect and try and establish a flow between all the drawings, all the objects that you're drawing. That means that you're not actually drawing each object in turn, you're actually connecting them together. So I'm going to start by drawing some of the objects in front of me right now. And I'm just going to start where I see two objects appear to touch one another or meet, perhaps, is a way of putting it. All right, so rather than think of them as objects that have an identity, try and think of them as just shapes that are working together. So I've got, in front of me here, I've got a jam jar, I've got a bottle of Ajax, and some other mundane objects. As I said last week, I'm going to try hard to choose objects that have very little meaning. So we don't invest a lot of meaning in the beauty of the objects. We just draw the objects themselves and see how they relate to one another, okay? So I'm now, you notice how I'm connecting these objects together. This clip is slightly annoying, so I'll get rid of that. So this is the bottle of Ajax. This is the jar of jam. Now I'm moving over here and I've got the edge of a tea towel. And then very close by, I've got a dustpan and brush. So there's an interesting kind of triangular shape just here, which I'm making use of to help me get this shape correct. Okay, can you see how I'm not trying to draw the whole thing in the beginning? I'm just feeling my way around this object. So there's a kind of bucket-shaped hole in this area here, which I'm trying to get. So rather than try and draw all the bristles on the brush, blah, blah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to get the main shape. I'm not even going to worry about finishing that off. I'm just going to move down here because I quite like the idea of keeping the whole thing going. Notice how I'm just almost trailing my pencil across the page because it helps to keep things moving and connected. So we've got another jar down here. The way I've set them up is that it's a kind of overhead view, so there's no horizon to speak of. So I'm looking here at the connection between this jar here and the next item here, which is also connected to this one. So it happens to be a bottle of Jif, not that it matters. Okay, so that looks like that. And then there's a kind of folded cloth here. Okay, now I'm going to go back and fill in some of these stripes. Notice how I'm kind of doing a kind of connected way of drawing. Now I've actually made this a little smaller than it is in reality, simply so that I don't have this coming off the page. Now I'm going to compare at the back of this jar with something on this bottle here, and I can see that it kind of comes out roundabout level with the back of this jar. So when I say comes out, I mean this shape here. It's actually the top of the bottle. Okay, so we're not trying to create something beautiful. We're just trying to create something that is somewhat accurate, but also to sharpen up our vision so that we're not looking at things the way we normally do, which is how useful they are, where do you keep them, do you need to buy some more of it, etc. We're actually looking at them just as shapes that connect. Okay, I might move on to this again. So I didn't really like what I did here before. I don't really care. Okay, we're just going to keep on going. Keep on going. You can actually see it coming together now. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking at how much this brush sticks out over the edge of the pan. And I can see there's a little angle just there. It's this negative space. So that gives me the edge here to draw. There's another kind of buckety type of shape here. This one here. Okay, so that has taken me, what, 5 minutes? Just over 5 minutes to do. If I want to, I can add a little bit more detail. But really, it's all about getting my eye in gear. So this is actually the back of the table. It sits around about here for me, and this sticks out over the edge like that. Coming over here now, I can see I've made a mistake. Not to worry, just keep on going. We've got some more stripes here. This is another jar, as I said. So I'm just going back over what I did and sort of checking to see that they're more or less in the correct position and the correct size in relation to one another, which they are, more or less. Okay, so this is not scientific accuracy. This is just acclimatization and warming up. Okay, so if we wanted to, we could write Ajax on this. I'm not crazy about putting in lettering unless it's really necessary, so I won't bother. Okay, done. Okay, that's all you needed to do. I hope you can try this yourselves. Okay, bye.